Amy pops up onto the screen.
That's Italian for hello, and Italy just happens to be where Taming of the Shrew is set. Fantastic opening, Amy. Thank you. This week was our final week in the rehearsal room before we move into tech rehearsals on Monday. Tech rehearsals are when we get on the stage for the first time and we have all the set and lighting and we all have our costumes on and wigs.
Whoa, Amy, stop talking. We'll do a separate tech video. Don't give it all away. Gosh.
We started rehearsals back in December and the first chunk of rehearsals was spent sat around the table doing table work. First thing we did was translate all the lines into modern day English, basically paraphrasing it to how we would speak today in 2019 or 2018 as it was back in December. Maybe those lines would be different now, who knows?
Hold up, we're almost a minute into the vlog and we haven't had any dogs. Here's Charlie's dog, Oscar. He's a black and white Boston Terrier and he's got a massive smile on his face.
In our production of Taming of the Shrew, most of the roles are gender reversed. So, for example, I am playing Biondello, who is originally, or normally, a male character, but in our version, Biondello becomes Biondella. In the world that we have created for Taming of the Shrew, we are living in a matriarchy rather than a patriarchy, and that threw up a lot of questions in the first few weeks of rehearsals, because what is it like to live in a matriarchy rather than a patriarchy? At first you're like, well, everything would be better, wouldn't it, because the women are in charge, but actually that's totally wrong. In a patriarchy, so many men are oppressed because of toxic masculinity and expectations, and in the same way, in a matriarchy, a lot of women would be oppressed because of those expectations. So it's kind of not a good deal either way. We don't want people to come and watch it and think, oh yeah, that's the dream universe, because it's really not. It's not what feminists are striving for. We want to meet in the middle. That's all we want. We also did a lot of work on movement. So Lucy, our movement director, started to work out how we would be moving in this world that we're creating. After we'd done all the table work and had all those crazy discussions, we moved on to block-ins. Block-in is when you put the script up on its feet in the space and you give it some kind of shape. And normally the first round of blocking is quite rough. You just want to get through the play. So then you can go back to the beginning and start adding in finer details. This week was pretty much about taking those finer details and adding even more. I'm kind of sad that it's the end of the rehearsals because it's quite a playful time. I mean, the first week of rehearsals were pretty scary. I always get a little bit of imposter syndrome when I start rehearsals. I definitely sat there on the first day of this job thinking, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm going to open my mouth and they're all going to realise that I'm a fraud. Oh God, I'm going to have to call my agent and tell them that I got fired. Not that I'm over dramatic. But I got over that pretty quickly in the end because I was surrounded by really lovely human beings. So if you're sat there maybe having a little bit of imposter syndrome, just look around you because normally the person next to you is feeling the same way. This week we heard the band play the music for the first time. We've been practicing around a piano with Lindsay and Gareth, but this was the first time that we'd heard Ruth's music as it's going to be on the actual night. I mean, it's going to sound even more incredible because it will all be balanced when we're in the theatre. Also this week, I got a new wheelchair. Her name's Titania. Titania? I think Titania. I'm going with that for now because she's made of titanium. I think it's titanium. Could be wrong, but we're going to go with that for now. So we've got Titus and Titania who are going to be appearing in the show. I wonder if I could get them put in the programme. Maybe that's going too far. I don't know. That's the end of my rehearsal vlog. I'm not going to talk too much about rehearsals because we'll be going into rehearsals for Measure very shortly, and I figure we can document that. How can I finish this video? I don't know. Oh, hang on a second. I can finish it in Italian because ciao also means goodbye in Italian. It's almost as if I planned this. Ciao! I got my humidifier on and I wanted to see if it looked like I was in a pop video.
The humidifier is creating a dry ice effect. We go to black and white.
It's me, I'm Kathy. I come home now. So cold. Take me out.
And back to colour.
I don't know the lyrics. RSC, if you need special effects, then I'm your gal.